And welcome back to Who Would Win. This Who Would Win comes to us from Klaus John 12, who asked the question, who would win the fight? Buffy the Vampire Slayer versus Selene from the Underworld series. We've had the monsters, we had killers, now we got the monster killers duking it out. So Buffy is the Slayer, like a kind of a predestined, I can't remember who, there was the first Slayer and then it kind of became a predestined lineage thing. When one Slayer dies, the next Slayer is born, and then that whole thing got messed up later in like the Buffy and Angel series, so I'm not even gonna try to go into that. I actually did watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer for a little while. I did. I enjoyed it for what it was. Angel, didn't really get into that as much. But Buffy is, I believe, Buffy Summers is her full name. She is the Slayer. She's basically a normal human by all standards, but she's the Slayer. She's basically physically stronger, physically more fit, faster, all that, than your average person, which allows her to deal and cope with vampires and supernatural beings. She's capable of sensing out evil on some level. She's got high skill and just overall abilities as a person. I believe she does have some level of supernatural ability, but let's see, Buffy Summers. There we go. Buffy Summers. I know she has a little bit of supernatural ability. Most of it just comes from sensing evil as opposed to like having the ability to really do much against it. But that comes from just like straight skill and physicality that she gains. I think most of her supernatural abilities are like physically speaking, and like sensory purposes. Okay, move a little faster, please, as I'm trying to find information. There we go. All right, then. Nope, not that one. Where is the information on her? There we go. Okay. Powers and abilities. All right, so, arguably the most powerful and successful Slayer to ever existed. Long-term, through her long Slayer life, Every Slayer, Buffy possesses a natural proficiency for virtually all forms of weaponry and unarmed combat styles. In addition to this, she has years of combat training to hone her skills in various martial arts. She tended to be more improvisational. Her insistence to go with the flow during fights was sometimes looked down upon by others to be too sloppy, but she said it gave her an upper hand, so she's a bit more random in a fight, or a bit more unpredictable in the fight. She has normal powers that come with being a Slayer: super strength, speed, agility, reflexes, durability, accelerate, healing, limited ability to sense supernatural activity, collecting memories of all past Slayers with precognitive dreams, last of which allowed her to foresee the events such as Angel's transformation into Angelus. Prophetic dreams, I really doubt are going to be playing a factor in this. While exact level of strength is unclear, her former boyfriend Riley Finn marveled her, saying she was really strong, like Spider-Man strong. But that doesn't. Let's be clear. Spider-Man's an individual who can lift 10 tons without too much difficulty. She's not that strong. I think it's just kind of how he referred to it. Although she's actually quite intelligent herself. Sorry. Walker's chip. We just did a video on the prawn cocktail one. Might as well finish the bag. She's actually quite had a near perfect SAT score. Buffy gained new special powers. Her strength and speed were all enhanced at vast superior levels. She included, and this is near the end of the Twilight Crisis, flight, superhuman hearing, telescopic vision, and a level of near invulnerability. She became Supergirl essentially. What the hell? I didn't watch the last later seasons. Willow claimed that the source of these powers was Buffy had been absorbing the collective powers of all the Slayers that died, while they had been suppressing their powers through Angel claims that they were in fact a reward. According to the higher power that instructed Angel to use his new power, Buffy's power can only be activated if she was completely focused on her goal, resulting in Angel assuming the disguise of the villainous Twilight in order to provide an enemy for Buffy to trigger her evolution. Okay. We're not going with temporary powers because that's just whatever. She does have some she can leave her of the active Slayers. She had some degree of mystic protection over her, but at least while she slept. That meant even dagger split apart when they tried to pierce her skin. Okay, so she is kind of Supergirl by the end of the series. Selene is a Death Eater. Or Selena is. I believe, is it Selene or Selena? I think it's Selene. Selene. Not Selena. Yeah, I believe it's Selene. There we go. Selene Underworld. Selene was a death dealer for the longest time. I believe she's technically still a vampire, but she's kind of upgraded throughout the entire Underworld series. Due to the fact she was one of the best Death Eaters too, trained in advanced hand-to-hand combat for years, because she's age-wise, she's around, possibly they say around 100, possibly 1,000 years old, and she was 120 years old in the original movie. So it might be that she is over 1,000 years old, given how everything has ended and progressed and so forth and so on. She, again, highly skilled assassin, operative, hand-to-hand fighter, skilled in pretty much any weapon you can think of, like anything, be it blades, firearms is definitely one of her big weapons of her choice to use. Just because, I mean, you even see it in the original one that firearms seem to be her real bread and butter. I did not know there was an animated movie called Endless War. That's interesting. She's depicted as being a bit colder and distant, but she does feel. It's just, it's just a matter of, having to shut yourself off to, deal with things. Where is her list of abilities per se? Because again, they're giving me, because I generally know it, but it always helps to actually, have these kind of things on call. Powers and abilities. There we go. So I mean, again, she's a vampire. Now, initially, she had pretty much all the strengths and weaknesses of a vampire, but she drank the elder. I believe it was. Let's see here. Who was it? Whose blood she drank? Basically. Superhuman endurance, superhuman strength, blood sorting, immune to UV. Where is that? What's the name of that guy? There we go. Dawn enhanced vampire physiology. After being brought back by Nordic Covenant's sacred ritual, she gained. Oh no, that was a different thing entirely. Point being, there were 3 elders that sired their races: the lycanthropes, lycanthropes. Lycanthropes. The lycans, the vampires, and the humans. Each were actually immortal, and therefore they were different. There we go. Selene is even on par with hybrids such as Michael and Marcus, or below even daughter Eve. No, that's a different thing entirely. Well, anyway, because she drank his blood, she became immune to sunlight and just strengthened her abilities. As I said, she's a weapons master, proficient in many kinds of weapons, both medieval and modern. According to her official bio, her weapons of choice are Walther P99As, the modified H&K USP 9mm, silver nitrate grenades, and throwing stars. The films show that she also uses silver-plated hunting knives with a middle-aged sword, which she used to slice Victor's head off. According to the novelization, she favors a pair of Beretta handguns, Walther P99s. Also proficient with a Remington 870 combat shotgun. Essentially, guns is what she's really good with. But she also likes blades and pretty good with that. Her superhuman strength has been enhanced to the point where she can easily knock a car or a moving van over with little difficulty just by charging it. Just trying to see here what some of the best examples of her strength actually are. Most impressive feat to date was displayed in Awakening while both she and the vehicle were moving at high speed, she just landed in the van, caused it to flip several times in the air. That means she could probably, in terms of lifting capabilities, lift a couple tons if she really wanted to. But she could also pretty much break heads without problems. I mean, she's got the endurance of a vampire. She can drop 100 feet without problems. She's able to perform amazing feats of strength without fatigue and withstand crushing depths of the ocean without a wetsuit or breathing apparatus, which is impressive. She can continue to fight without any signs of debilitation. Even in a weaker state, she was able to survive and instantly recover from a gunshot to the head. So you're not going to take her down with conventional means. She has accelerated healing, particularly if she's drinking blood. Drinking blood will pretty much give her like Wolverine healing ability, but otherwise she'll take her a little while to heal, but she still heals. Superhuman speed. She was quick enough. For normal humans, she can move so fast that she's pretty much a blur. She literally like slit a bunch of guards' throats in a hallway in the span of 3 seconds. She demonstrates speed akin to teleportation when she breaks into a scientist's apartment and moves right next to him in a blink of an eye. And she moves so fast that even other immortal beings have difficulty keeping up with her speed. She's also got the agility to match, senses of a vampire, blood sorting, which is the ability to absorb and read another immortal's blood memories. Because you can learn things about people through their blood. She's also immune to UV light, so basically she's immune to the sun. She can crawl on walls like Spider-Man. Sensory synchronization, which doesn't mean anything in this case. Resurrection ability applying to her blood directly to another vampire's heart. Basically restart a vampire's heart. And then Van Door's enhanced vampire physiology. After being brought back by the Nordic Coven sacred ritual, Selene's abilities were greatly enhanced. Speed and strength all reaching new heights. She can move so fast she appears to be nothing but a blur. While moving at this speed, Selene is capable of attacking, dispatching multiple lichens. Before realizing what happened, lichens, not vampires or human, lichens. She's able to move around Marius so fast he didn't realize her movements until afterwards, leaving him vulnerable. She proved herself to be capable of ripping out the spine of a transformed Marius with one hand without difficulty. I believe he was a lichen. Selene, Marius, I got a thing right here. It's unknown if her healing factor was increased as well. I believe he was a lichen, or was he a vampire? Pretty sure he was a lichen. Yes, he was. He had because they're showing an enhanced lichen form here. So yeah, rip out his spine basically. So Selene's a bad mother. She still can be killed, just like Buffy can still, by all accounts, be killed. But it's going to take a lot more to put either one of these two down than just, guns, blades, or trying to stab him in the heart. No, that stuff's not going to put him down as easy. So I would imagine Selene tracking some vampires, comes into Sunnydale, or what's left of Sunnydale, wherever Buffy is by the end of the series, so she has that superpowered ability for. So, Buffy, sees that she's a vamp. She can sense she's a vampire on some level, or not supernatural. They confront each other, and Buffy's like, yeah, no, I can't have you in my town. I can't have you reckon, sis, so I'm going to give you one chance to leave. It's like, look, I'm sorry. I don't want to fight, but I'm not leaving. It's like, well, it's your funeral then. And then they'll get into a hand-to-hand fight. Now, Buffy, here's the thing. Is that the word I'm looking for? Relativistic. I think that is. Relativistic to what we see in each show. Selena, by all accounts, should be the faster, just more powerful individual in a straight hand-to-hand fight. However, that is relativistic to her universe. And that's relativistic to Buffy's universe. To anyone in Buffy's universe, what they're seeing Buffy do in fighting might be the equivalent of what they see Selena do in their fighting or moving. So it's kind of difficult to really judge it, particularly if she goes into her super form, which I admittedly never watched, but I can make some assumptions. However, I'm still going to give the edge more to Selene, because Selene is more ruthless, and Selene's just a killer. I mean, we know she's more than that. She has feelings, emotions, feels love, all that, a daughter, a boyfriend. But she's still a killer for centuries, decades, easily. She was a killer. So, Buffy's a killer, but not in the same way. Buffy's just a regular person thrown into that, whereas Selene is born and raised to be a death dealer. So, in the straight hand-to-hand fight, it's going to go... Buffy will hold her own, I'm certain. And it'll probably even surprise Selene, because Selena will be able to tell she's just human. And yet she's not just keeping up with me, she's even maybe getting a hit or two. But when Selene finally decides to crank it up a notch, she's just going to start boom, boom, boom. Throw Buffy back. Buffy's going to try to, throw maybe some blades at her. She'll probably have a few things, maybe a wooden stake or something. Throw some blades at her. Selene's just going to dodge, whatever. Then Buffy's going to come in, try to stake her through the heart. Selene's going to just grab, but Buffy's going to kick her back. Selene then pulls out some firearms, which we've seen Buffy doesn't do well against, so long as she's not in that super form of hers. It doesn't say what that form actually is called. Evolution, as it were. So Buffy then immediately has to get the fuck out of the way. Just, and then maybe she even gets skid. Should be noted, increased healing, again, is not like a Wolverine. And I use Wolverine as a comparison because it's one of the most apt popular healing factor characters to use. And it makes sense to compare it to that. Because it is such a powerful healing factor when we see it. Yeah, you can have that box if you really want it. You're having fun with that box. My box! I found the box! Though I could probably use that for a gift. Shit. Oh well. Because I just went Christmas shopping today. Oh well. Well, hopefully maybe I can get it before she completely rips it up. If not, it's not a big deal. I can just hear her in the other room having fun. So, again, not like a Wolverine healing factor where it's just going to heal on the spot and just ready to go. I think it takes like a day or something like that for any grievous wounds to kind of just recover. But still, that's quicker than any normal person would recover from. And Selene can do that and have a more Wolverine-esque healing factor if she's drinking blood. Point being, though, we get back to the fight, and Selene's basically got her pinned down with firearms, saying, like, I don't want to fight! We can just end this. Like, are you having fun? We can just end this. We don't have to fight. It's like, yeah, well, we're a little past that at this point. Hi. You're making all this noise, puppy. You're making all this noise. So, meanwhile, back at the plot, so, Buffy's like, okay, and she's focusing, she calms down. So he's like, all right, I don't want to, it's like, all right, I promise if I have to kill you, it'll be quick. And then, she turns around, Buffy's suddenly just, boom, smacks right into her face and just kind of, boom, throws her to the ground. She's now in her Supergirl form, which that's the best one. Blonde hair, flying, invulnerability, super speed and strength, telescopic vision, hearing, minus the laser vision. That's what they turned her into. They turned her into Supergirl. Which, to be fair, I could have seen Sarah Michelle Gellar playing that character, honestly. I wouldn't have been against it. So, she comes in and now starts beating on Selene a bit. Just boom, but Selene's just point blank firing at her. But now she's more or less... She might be feeling it, but it says it's not a fully invulnerable form. That's the thing. A level of near invulnerability. Someone of a sufficient strength or power or whatever could kill her, theoretically, or hurt her. But the bullets are just riddling off her, just ding, 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 ding. It's like, oh, damn, she just tries to put out a blade. It just bounces off her. So now Buffy's kind of just wailing on her, throwing her around a bit. But Selene just gets back up. Maybe a vampire that was hiding. Like, what's going on? And, she takes the vampire arm, and it heals up. So now she's just squaring off against Buffy, and she's just she's looking straight at her. And now, realistically, I actually don't think these characters would end up killing each other. I don't think they'll end up killing each other in this anyway. In fact, anything, these are probably characters that would work with each other in the long term. Did you have fun ripping that box apart? We could have used that box, but Father left it on the floor. But anyway, Selene is just, she's pretty much recovered thanks to the little blood doping, I suppose. Buffy's staring down at her, and she's just like, come on. So then Buffy just comes in, and they start a fight. Now, when Selena now is going full out with her speed, and you're being really loud, puppy. You're being really loud. When she's going full out with her speed, I don't think Buffy's speed is enhanced, but it's not like combat speed. There's a difference between just traveling and moving fast and like coming in for a Superman style punch. And there's a difference between moving really fast, real quick in a fight and still keeping your balance and where you are in the fight. I think Selene has that edge over Buffy in this case. Also, physically speaking, she's strong enough to flip a van over by smashing into it several times. So I have to believe she can also... And she's fast enough by supernatural standards to be hard to even see, let alone catch. So speed and experience-wise, I'm giving this right now to Selene. So as long as it doesn't stay in the air, she actually can hold the advantage. But as Buffy's staying in the air, Buffy technically has the advantage just because Selene, or I believe it's, again, I keep saying Selene, I believe it's Selene. Selene can't necessarily get to her. Now, she can distract her with some gunfire, but ultimately, unless she's going to jump off a building and tackle her, there's no way she can really touch Buffy. Likewise, Buffy doesn't have anything that can touch Selene. Despite being Supergirl-ish, she doesn't have a long-range attack. So Buffy has to get in close range to take out Selene. So the minute it goes into close range, Selene immediately just dodges, dodges, and then it starts doing rapid fire, just punch, just hitting Buffy in as many places as he can. Now, Buffy can still keep up with some of this. I still think she definitely can, but it's to the point now where the strikes that are being thrown at Buffy are hurting Buffy. Buffy's now, and particularly because they're not just hitting with strength, they're hitting with momentum. So, back and forth. Eventually, Selene, while still getting hit by Buffy, is going to basically just throw a haymaker at one point, just come in, just boom, and just knock her out cold, basically. So, and then I think what would happen is Buffy goes out, Buffy's knocked out, Selene, Selene, I know it's Selene, basically takes a bite, Buffy's bleeding a little bit, so instead of biting her, she takes that, looks at it, gets some memories, she realizes what's going on with this, and she wakes up, and there's your fan fiction right there. So then they work together. So I give this to Selene because in that, and I'm calling it the Supergirl form. In Supergirl form, Buffy can definitely match Selene for a good portion of the fight. Certainly she could. But when Selene decides to truly go all out, Selene has far more. Yes, Buffy has the collective experience of all the Slayers that have ever existed. But the problem with that is, let's say 20 Slayers have existed. Let's say that. Between 20 Slayers, no Slayer, I think, has ever made it to old age. I think they've all died. They've been doing it for, 10 years apiece? So maybe 200 years of experience. But Selene is over 1,000 years old. Even if you were to say there's 50 Slayers, 10 years of experience apiece, that's only 500 years of experience. That's not even that's only half of what Selene has. But then you factor in trained to be a fighter, trained to be a warrior, trained to be an assassin, trained to just kill, being more ruthless, and I think just having that better relativistic speeds compared to Buffy, and probably being on par, if not stronger than Buffy, even when she's in Supergirl form, though I can't back that up completely. And Buffy only being near invulnerable, not invulnerable. I go with Selene because she has combat experience, she has the training, and she just is able to she's able to at minimum keep up with Buffy. So, but Buffy could definitely win. She could definitely knock Selene out. I would probably go 65-35. I think that's a solid marker right there. I think 65% of the time, Selene takes it. 35% of the time, Buffy takes it. But what do you think? Do you think Selene completely owns her? Or you think Buffy completely owns her? I think it's farther or closer than I made it. Put in the comments below. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win. Star Wars, superhero magic. What if? Anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to a review of it at some point. Discussion videos, whatever. So I still have the what if I need to catch up on. And I'm going to do a discussion video today. I'm going to do another one on Tuesday. But the thing is, the one I'm doing Tuesday is not one of the requested ones because Halloween's the day after. I figured I'd do a Halloween-themed discussion. So just keep your eyes out for this. But I will do because it's my day off and I got the time to do it. Why not do one? I enjoy doing these things, so why do you think I do it? I only got 812 subscribers. I'm not making money off this. I do it because it's fun. And the people who enjoy me, watch me, I appreciate all of you. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you folks in a little while.